Hello, and welcome to the disaster that is my channel. My name is Keona, and I mainly do diamond painting content. If you're new here, you don't know what you're looking at. If you're not new here, you've probably seen this setup a little bit before. Yes, it is. It is a kit-up video. We're doing a kit-up video. So I mainly do diamond painting content here, and today I figured I'd let y'all know how I struggle to deal with my ADHD, because today was a disaster. But Keona, you hadn't even done the last one you kitted up. Shush, I'm a serial kidder, and that's my problem. So, right now I'm trying to decide. It has 20 colors, so do I waste an Elizabeth Ward, or do I use the last unopened Harbor Freight? I'm thinking the last unopened Harbor Freight. But I also have to decide. This is 33 by 43 centimeters. I need 11 by 11 centimeter squares. I did not think it was there. Hold on. I thought I had it already designed up. Because this will be the second one that I do. Yeah, I just kicked my straight edge that holds my bigger paintings. But this will be the second one that I do that has the... Oh, I forgot I was doing that. Oh, it doesn't matter now. Go away. Go away. Yeah, I got an 11 by 10. I don't have an 11 by 11. Oh, no. Oh, no. Am I adjusting it to be the same? Maybe. Anyway, what was I saying? This will be the first one that I do that is... That first one. Second one that I do that is sectioned with Cricut. My brain will work eventually. That should make it 11 by 11. Maybe? Doesn't look like a square to me. Either way, it'll work. We're not going to save it because it's my 11 cm by 10 cm thing. My thingy. Alright, so that means we're going to need a total of 12 sections. Let's find a vinyl. Anywho, today was supposed to be a different video altogether, but I got busy with I was organizing everything for the channel. We got this one. Look at that price I paid for it. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Look at me trying to be all intrusive. Fine. $2.49. That means this is the vinyl we will be using. I got that yesterday. So, I am a scatterbrain. So I tried to do a video, but I haven't even had it planned out yet, so it seemed like I was just rushing it to rush it. And that's not good. That's not healthy. That doesn't make sense. So instead, I'm like, okay, let's try a different video. And my brain wasn't working this morning. And I was in a conversation with a friend, and I just lost track of time, and here we are. What time is it? It's that time. It's almost noon, and you don't have a video yet. So, I was like, wait a minute, I wanted to kit up I'm Not a Craft Hoarder, so let's just go ahead and kit up I'm Not a Craft Hoarder. And I was like, that's a good idea, and here we are. Why did I grab that? I don't need that yet. I know, my iPad screen is dirty. Oh, you guys want to be triggered about an iPad screen? See if I could show it to you. Where's it at? Ah. Oh, it's hard to see. But up here in this corner is a shatter that goes across like this. Or no, it's like... Yeah. The whole reason it's in a case is so I don't touch the X anymore. I had surgery in November of 2021, and I dropped my iPad, and I had had it for so long without cracking the screen, and I don't know what happened because I was on good medication. And when I finally came to normal about 3 or 4 days later, I go, what happened to my iPad? My husband goes, I don't know. He goes, there were several times that you dropped it on the floor. I was like, why didn't you take it from me? He goes, I'm not going to take anything from you when you're under that state. So, yeah. Hey, give me a minute. I'm going to get this open. Much better. Okay. So, I personally prefer to kit and chat. Why is my TV going crazy? And the rabbit at the same time. Well, rabbit's rabbit. So, I personally prefer whip and chats over... Or, sorry, kit and chats. And whip and chats over other content because of the fact that if the other content takes a lot more time to set up and prepare, this is something I was going to do anyway. Ooh, this is like a really thin vinyl. Get in the hole. I know that's not me going, oh, these are easier. No. I'm just lazy. So let me tell you what got us to the point of doing a kitup in chat today. Nine and a half, thank you. Sorry, I was mathing. It tells me 9. I try to at least do like 9 1/4. So, I had my one video I want to do, and it is literally not what I'm doing right now. But, you'll find out later. And that was the plan, and I was supposed to record it yesterday. But yesterday, if y'all didn't know, I live in a very rural part of Alabama. To get to any major city, and when I mean major city, I don't mean LaGrange, Georgia, it takes me about an hour. And so yesterday, I decided to take the long way. It took me about an hour, 10 minutes. Because I was tired of dealing with traffic. I would rather spend more time on the road going the long way than sit behind somebody who's slow. Okay? I don't know why I'm this way. I'm just this way. So I sat there and I was getting frustrated by this car in front of me. And I'm like, okay, we're not going to LaGrange, which was the original plan. So instead of turning on this road that leads to LaGrange, I'm sorry. Normally I take a way to LaGrange. It's about 5 minutes longer, but there's less traffic. But when I got to the light, it was red. And I go, fuck this, I'm making a right turn. So I'm taking the normal way. As I'm taking the normal way, there's this car in front of me that's doing like 40 and 55. It annoys the hell out of me. And as we get up to the turn that takes you to LaGrange, there's a semi I noticed that's turning. And another slow vehicle that's turning. And so when the car in front of me decided to turn, I knew we're going straight. So going on, whatever, get past a certain area, get past my stepdad's cemetery, because my stepdad died last year. And now I've already caught up with this next car, who's doing 50. What's so frustrating about 50 in a 55 is there's no chance of passing, especially on a busy highway. So it's frustrating, it's annoying, it sucks. And so we get to this area before we get to the next town, per se, and if you make this left turn, it'll take you to Auburn as well. Or you can go straight and go through this town, and it's faster to get to Auburn if you go straight, but it's faster to get to Opelika, which is right next to Auburn, if you go left. And I got so frustrated by this car in front of me. I'm like, they're not turning left, I'm turning left. So I ended up going to Auburn. And I went to Auburn for Starbucks. Because that makes sense. Let's travel, an hour for mediocre coffee. Right? I had to take a sip of my coffee while I was thinking about that. So I get there, my husband texted me in French because he was raised in Louisiana. He's a Cajun. And so he texted me and let the good times roll in French, but I was being an idiot. Yes, I'm trying to do this with all this stuff piled up on the desk, okay? I'm working with what space I have right this second. And so I wasn't thinking, and so I messaged him, English, please. And he calls me, he goes, how many years did we live in Louisiana and you don't know that that's let the good times roll because Mardi Gras? And I was like, but I'm a Texan and I only lived in Louisiana for a year. He goes, a year and a month, ma'am. I go, actually, negative 11 months. Because I moved there in May, moved out in April the following year. But anyway, so he's like, so what you doing? And I go, hold on 1 second. And he's like, what? And then he heard the Starbucks speaker. He's like, really? Really? I go, yes. I'm sorry. And so I tell him, I go, I don't know what I'm doing. I had errands that all involved, oh yeah, this was the worst part. Is all my errands involved staying in my small town. Like I had to go to the small town bank and pay the electric bill as well. Basically, I was like doing small time errands. But no, I left town. And so, but I also had to go to Bank of America, which is only in Georgia. And so I go, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know why I drove all the way to Auburn. I was so frustrated because Auburn doesn't even have a Bank of America, and that was the whole reason I was going to LaGrange. And I go, but I hear Hobby Lobby's having sales on vinyl. By the way, if TikTok is telling you Hobby Lobby's having sales on vinyl that it's like $1, they lie. It's not. That sale's over with, okay? Don't be tricked. So he goes, that sounds like good enough reason to me. I was like, yeah, and maybe I should get gas. So we head over to, yeah, I'm on the phone with him. That's why it's we. We head over to the Murphys over in Opelika. And gas was $2.88, and I had 20 cents off the gallon. So I paid $2.68 a gallon, filled up my truck from basically empty to $38. Why am I opening this? And so I was happy. He was happy because, you know, less money going out of the bank account. And, you know, I pay my gas with a Bank of America credit card, so I get points. I get cash back. I get 3% cash back with my Bank of America credit card. And so I was happy. And he goes, therefore. He goes, look, it makes sense. Now you can say you went to Auburn for a reason. Look at what you paid for gas. I was like, well, that's not a huge discount. And he goes, what's gas up in where I live? And I go, it is $3.05. And I go, but with 20 cents thing, that makes it $3.85. And he goes, uh-huh. Does that beat $2.68? And I meant $2.85, right? And I'm like, no. And so that made it worth it. But then you think about how much gas you spent going out there. It's like, was it really worth it? The answer is yes. For that big of a discount? Yes. And I got Starbucks? Yes. Always yes. Okay. Look, you can see where I've cut things. They like, oh, you can't tell. Oh, that's so pretty in the camera light. I love it. Anyhow, don't mind me. Oh, that's a big air bubble. Let's get that. So, I did that, and I'm like, well, while I'm here, I might as well go to the Hobby Lobby. So I go to the Hobby Lobby. They had a 50% off candle sale. If y'all don't know me, I'm obsessed with candles. Like, so obsessed with candles that I went to 2 different Hobby Lobbies yesterday. Okay? But since we're talking about the Opelika one, we'll talk about the one I got from Opelika. Okay. So I'm so obsessed with candles, I'm thinking about making candles. I got this book from the Opelika Hobby Lobby for $4.23, down from $25.99. Yes. Yes. Why is my phone vibrating? I'm ignoring it. No, I'm not, because obviously it distracted me. Ignore that. Stupid people. Trying to buy a house I don't own. Let me get this started before we get too far. So while I'm at Hobby Lobby, I see this. I'm checking all the candle making stuff. My mom gave me money. This is why I had to go into Bank of America. My mom gave me a check for an investment to start candle making. But I told her I'm not spending a dime on candle making until I've done my due research. This counts as due research. I am a reader, right? So I get a bunch of stuff that I really don't need. I think I got this vinyl from the second one, but including some great deals on vinyl. Actually, no, I got this vinyl there. So, like I said, $2.49, down from $10. I don't buy Cricut vinyl because it's so expensive, but it's expensive at Walmart, right? So, but it works. Ooh, I almost forgot to change my setting. Oh, never mind, it's already on there. I need holographic vinyl. Thank you. Thank you. I should just have to press the button. So, I go to that Hobby Lobby. I leave that Hobby Lobby really happy. Why am I walking away? I don't know. Anyway, I go to the Hobby Lobby really happy. Leave the Hobby Lobby. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to go to LaGrange now. And Opelika to LaGrange is just a hop on I-85 and going north. So I get on I-85. After I pass Valley, my mom calls and she's like, did you pay the electric bill? And I go, no, I'm going to pay it when I get back. And she goes, it's going to be paid by 2 or we're not going to have electricity. And I'm like, no, we'll be fine. So while I'm on the phone with her, she calls me on FaceTime. Or not FaceTime. I don't have FaceTime. Well, technically I do because iPad, but I use Android phone. So she calls me on Facebook Messenger. She's the only person I willingly talk to on Facebook Messenger. I hate the damn thing. So she calls me on that, and she goes, well, you need to pay that. And I was like, well, I've already passed Valley. Otherwise, I would just flip a shitty, and I would go and pay the electric. But I'm 10 miles down the road from Valley. I'm almost to LaGrange. I just passed the Kia plant. Which, if y'all know anything about I-85 and that part of Georgia and all that, the Kia plant is like literally 10 minutes from LaGrange. And I was like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the bank. Now I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby in LaGrange, and then I'm going to go straight to Alabama Power. And I'm looking up. I go, they don't close till 5. She goes, yeah, but they have to be paid by 2. Spoiler alert, I paid it at like $3.50, $3.30, something like that. Did I lose electricity? No. No. I did not lose electricity. You really don't need the iPad again. That's what's good about using the iPad for the Cricut, is you don't really need it again after you've set everything up. You just do what you gotta do. And the reason why I go over, even though it said 9 inches by 9 inches, the reason why I go over a little bit is so I don't have to place this perfectly straight. I refuse to throw away my mats. I actually need to throw away my light and my standard mat. And I do have backups. But I've cut into the mats, but I do a lot of testing with them. So I'm like, nah, we're still good. I'm always testing something. Oh, I forgot to hit OK. Ha! Why are you not working? Oh, it's good. I didn't hit the button. What is going on? I said okay. Being a butthole. Like, I'm not getting the little thingy. It's because I preloaded it. Look at that, it just spit it out on me. We only need 8 copies now. Alright, there's my flashy button. Sorry. Okay, this is our new one. Where's my skizzers? Is this our new one? Or is this our new one? Guess what? I took the blade out last night to clean it. I did not realize this or remember this. Because why not? Why would you? Why would you remember this stuff? Where did I put the blade? There it is. So I was doing very, very intricate designs last night. And I don't know what made me not realize. It's not letting me cancel, by the way. But the blade is right here in my hand. I'm having to redo all of this. But I won't. On the bright side, since that's still in there, just starting over. Editing's gonna be fun. Should I leave it in? I should. You're gonna have an extra special long video today. Coffee break. Alright. When we come back here, all these will be cut because I am not gonna sit there and have this go through it again. Okay, here we are. 3 papers cut later. Oh, would have a fight. Thank you. I didn't want to come out. Give that to me. Thank you. And ignore what I'm doing with this. I know it's upside down. It's because I wrote it on the wrong side. But I know for this one I wrote it on the wrong side. So, yeah. Anyway. What were we talking about? Oh. Why I can't do anything. So I go to Hobby Lobby. Or I go to the... Yeah, I go to LaGrange. I go straight to the bank first. Not Hobby Lobby, the bank. And then I deposit the money and it's like, oh, you're not getting any available. Which is good because it helps my self-control. Because I need to do my due diligence with my research. Where is it? I was going to show y'all the other one, but it was here. Did I knock it over? Did I take it down? Oh, I did take it down. So I go to the other Hobby Lobby, and they have this book, Candle Making Basics, for $4.98, down from $19.95. So I got a lot of things on clearance yesterday, between vinyl, infusible ink, stuff like that. And so I'm going to leave LaGrange. I've set my thing, my GPS I've set my GPS to Alabama Power. And as I'm going down the road, I'm like, idiot, you gotta go to Harbor Freight while you're here. And no, I did not pick that up yesterday. But, because I have decided now that I was sitting in a folding chair while I was working on stuff. I was trying to fulfill an order yesterday. I didn't get it fulfilled till later that night. And I was sitting in a folding chair while I was working on things. I'm like, I'm trying to move around and I can't, so I decided to get an automotive chair. Do I cut it or we try? Let's try to eat it. It's really hard because it wants to roll up on me. This is why sometimes you just weed it straight from the mat. So, I go to LaGrange, or I go to and I'm about to leave, but if you know LaGrange, you know that the Kroger is right next to the Harbor Freight, and it's like, oh, she also wanted me to go grocery shopping today. So while I'm here, let's go grocery shopping. So I speed grocery shop, but before that, I'm going to pull into this parking space, and as I turn in, there is this man getting out of his car, and he's got a cane and everything else, and his door wide open. And instead of like being rushy and everything else, I stopped mid-turn. I had cars behind me. I didn't care. And I gave him the space he needed to get out of the car. And then I adjusted my parking. And I got honked at. I got looks at. And as I was getting out and walking towards the Kroger, I passed him and I told him, like, oh, I left you plenty of room to get out just in case he left before me. Excuse me. Because I left him like 3 or 4 feet when normally people give you like this much room. I don't know who that is calling me. So, he goes, yeah, I saw that. Thank you so much. And I continue, and I like speed shop Kroger, which is not like me at all. Get everything done. I hop in the car. Oh, I'm sorry. Between Hobby Lobby and Harbor Freight, I did stop at Starbucks again because there's a Starbucks in LaGrange. I'm like, well, while I'm out, this one's empty. So I got 2 Starbucks yesterday. So, I go to head back to town. By the time I get to town, it is 3:15 or something like that. And instead of going to Alabama Power first, I went to the bank first. And I deposited the checks my mom wanted me to deposit. And then I paid the mortgage. And this is what's so weird about small town. While I'm there, somebody my mom knows is like, hey, tell your mama to call so-and-so. I was like, will do. Well, first he goes, what are you doing out and about? And I go, I'm running my mama's errands. Because everybody knows I don't leave the house. Like, I'm running my mama's errands. Oh, no. I was in a hurry. Okay, fixed. And he goes, you tell your mama to call so-and-so. And I go, and I repeated the person's name because I have ADHD. And if I don't, I will forget. And so after that, I went to the Alabama Power, and they had a stereo there for $150. And my 16-year-old is obsessed with stereos, and this is a great deal for the stereo. And I go, oh my god, payday, I'm going to have to come back and get the stereo, because it's weird. The power company here sells appliances. I don't know, I've never seen that before. Maybe it's an Alabama thing. I don't know. So by the time I got home, I'm like, okay, I need to film the video for tomorrow. So I put up all my new supplies that I got at the craft store, you know, and I get everything organized. But all that's in my head at this point is prototyping. If you don't know what prototyping is, I run an Etsy shop, and it's a very small Etsy shop. I mainly sell these little guys right here, wax minders. Right? And I had an order yesterday that I was trying to fulfill that had 3 of them. But I'm like, I need the prototype. But I was like, no, do what you have to do. And so I do this thing to where not only do I polish when they're done, because I live in a very old house, I will polish and clean when they're sold. So you don't have to deal with dust or anything like that, because old house. And so I went and I looked at them, and they needed just a little bit of extra, like, buffing. So I went and I got my Dremel, and I cleaned them up, and I polished them, and I cleaned them, and I go, well, this was a decent-sized order. Let me grab one of my freebies. And because I don't really know this person, or I don't know this person at all, I didn't know if my, I don't give a fuck coffee cup would really work. Do I have it nearby? Yeah, I do. Not the sticker. But I have a little cover minder like this. I was like, I don't know if that would really work. So I ended up pulling out a, like, it looks like a Starbucks coffee, and I made a cover minder out of that. And I threw that in as a freebie, and that just put me in the mood after I finished packing and getting that ready to go out, which I gotta go to the post office and drop that off today, I was in the mood to prototype. Should be filming. No, I prototyped. And I was so happy with what I did, because I've had this idea in my head for a while, and it's sitting there right now curing. I'll show you in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and make more of these. I got to change the design a little bit. I'm not happy with the design. I used scrap vinyl to do it. Let me just get this last bit off. Right now, we're just still prepping for the kitup. This is the sectioning. If you're wondering. Don't waste a dime. Sorry. Have I been watching TikTok lately? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Is that it? Did I use the weeding tool at all? No. This was so much easier when I had nails. Alright. Dun-da-da! Those are my sections. Oh, I love it! That is going to work so well with this painting. Alright. Here, I'll show you the prototype. Since I gotta get up and throw this away, like, immediately, or I will forget all of it. Love it. All of it. Next time you see that Cricut stuff is when I go to do the transferring. Dumb waste. I drop things. Okay, so my prototype is sitting upside down because it's currently gluing. Okay, so we got there. Get you nice and close. So there's the magnet that's carrying. But look, oh, it's really hard to see. Here, put it over the white part. Look at that. It's a little trash jar with a diamond on it. So these are coming to the shop, and I gotta change up this little icon a little bit, and I gotta change this a little bit because one's too small. This is why I had to clean the blade, is cutting those holes was too small, so I'm thinking about either getting rid of the holes or changing it to where that's an inner cut. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. This was my prototype that I worked on last night, or one of them. That's just the one that was closest. It's carrying trains. Y'all don't hear the train? I'm an idiot? Okay. So I think I've decided to use the Harbor Freights after all this talking. So let's go put up my Elizabeth board. I had 3 empty ones. I have that thing that you get from Bead Storage Solutions that holds 6 Elizabeth board trays. So I went and I made sure I had 6. I might buy more because that's the way my brain works. We're gonna need some more sheet tape. I apologize for that. Let me fix my microphone. Sorry, I knocked my microphone off my pocket and it fell on the ground, and then I guess I stepped on the cord at the same time, and so it went flying. I'm so sorry for that noise. Why should there be no noise? Okay, I think I want to do this one. How much do I have of that one? Yeah, let's do the gold one. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm thinking, as I'm thinking about it right now. See all my spare Harbor Freight containers? This is for my last kitup. Why does that smell like Windex? Like, it smells really good, but still, why does it smell like Windex? Is that all of them? Yeah, I think it is. Am I weird? I like to smell Windex. It's hot in here. I had to change my AC from heat to cool and set it to 72. I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna throw 4 in there real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Everything's so difficult. Some ways to die. I know, that just works so well. So that's why I couldn't really get anything filmed yesterday. I hope y'all saw that. Anyway, because I was busy being distracted by my ADHD. And I know some of y'all are tired of hearing about ADHD. Well, you know what? Some of you aren't. And that's the people I'm after. The people who are not tired of hearing it. You know why? Because they have ADHD and they just want to feel normalized. Because of the fact that it turns out more and more of the percentage of the population has ADHD. And a lot of people are like, but I don't want to be medicated. I don't want to do this or that. And you don't have to be medicated if you have ADHD. You don't have to be. And that's a common misconception. So here I am, just showing you my ADHD brain on a daily about how you see me scroll from time to time. So I'm normalizing it. Normalizing it. Is there anything in here? No, I just made a weird noise. What was I about to say? It shouldn't be in there. Because we unboxed this already. Which I'm kind of annoyed because I was going to save this for that video. But I'm just going to have to do another unboxing. Or not unboxing. Yeah. We're going to have to do another kit up next week. And possibly another unboxing. Well, no matter what, I got to do another unboxing. I got it scheduled. I just don't know what it is. Keona, you're scatterbrained. Okay, painting over there. Bills over there. Dust bag we don't need right now. Actually, we can put the painting back in the dust bag because we're not going to get to the painting right now. You know, this is my next. I don't know if it's my next after Bubbles or my next after the paint gem kits, which I need to do those. I haven't put anything out on TikTok for 2 days. Remember, I am a daily TikTok creator. So it's kind of been like a weird break. It's funny, I go from having all this stuff filmed to not having anything. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. If you didn't know what that is an A5? Yeah, an A5, I think. Notebook with A5 sleeves. I got the idea from Diamond Paintings by Laura. She is great for organization. If I remember, I will tag her below because I get a lot of organization ideas from her. She's like, you know, has a big Harbor Freight I use for Magic Potion. I got that idea from her. So, I'm not as creative as y'all think. But I will do my due diligence and tell you where I get my ideas from. And if I don't mention who I got it from, most likely I figured it out myself or I saw it randomly on TikTok and I can't remember who I got it from. That smells good. You know what that is? It's the dryer sheet. You need that for static. But we're gonna go ahead and poke holes in all of these too. I've been over my kit up method so many times that I'm not gonna go over it again. But we will zoom out. Ah! I'm short. I don't like it. Table was crooked. So I'm trying to center this a little bit. And a few minutes poked with holes won't really help, but in my mind it helps me feel better. If you didn't know, What I should do is when I unbox these is poke holes in them if I don't see holes, and that'll help with static. More than doing it right before you kit up. But it's known to help with static if you poke holes in it. That's why you will see Diamond Art Club have holes in some of their drills. Not drills themselves, but the bags. I don't have an example for you, because I'm busy. See, look, right here. Yes, these have holes in them. That's what I was talking about. So I don't need to put holes in these, because Diamond Art Club did it for me. And that'll help with static, having that natural air come in. This is not my marker, but hopefully it'll work. Hopefully it's not too fine of a point. Don't run away, paper. I'm gonna need you. 3608 is 14. Yeah, it'll work. 19. 598 is 5. 321 is 4. 963 is 13. So many dollars a day. Be safe around things. A message from Metro. 20. Free. 6. 959. 12. 828 is 8. 3708 is 15. 892 is 10. Sometimes I gotta slow down. 3865 is 18. 893 is 11. 105 is 1. 208 is 2. 16. Yeah, the trash just hanging out in there. 891 is 9. 9. 3849, which is a beautiful teal. I love that color. Bag's dirty. It happened. It is 17. Whoa, 17, 17, 17, and 819 is 7. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Yeah, I'm a friend's fan. I've been watching way too much TikTok lately. Actually, right now, I'm in a kick. I found out a good buddy of mine that I haven't talked to in forever. I want to say since I stopped making content, but I think it was since he had to go work because basically Mixer was dead, and I don't know if he had to go work before Mixer died, but it's basically like the dream died for a lot of us around the time Mixer died. And when you fall off, whether it's your own fault or your platform's fault, which in that case would be your platform's fault, and you have to start all over, you have a choice. Do I start all over and bust my ass in a non-discoverable platform, Twitch, or do I just do it for fun and go get a job? And I think that was basically their plan. I don't know. I could not tell you. Rooster is a very good friend of mine, but I can't tell you why he stepped away or for what reasons or whatever, but he sounds so much better. We had a little chat today. I was listening to his podcast today, and if I remember, I will link it here. It's on Spotify. But I told you, Rooster, I'd give you a shout out in my whipping chat. I didn't say anything about my kitten chat. Anyway. And he's doing really well mentally. And his wife, she's doing well without the bullshit that is content creation. Because I'm sorry, no matter what platform you are on, there is bullshit if you let there be bullshit. And that's pretty much, you have to have passion in the community you're in to have that bullshit, and it sucks. So you can either be heartless or have passion and possibly get fucked over. I'm not saying they got fucked over or anything. I'm just saying it's like, even if you try to avoid it all, you can't avoid all the drama of content creation. I went several years before I was actually involved in any drama content creation, and even then that was like, I think I handled it very well. I owned up to what I did wrong, and I tried to fix the situation. I tried to de-escalate it, and I couldn't. And the people involved, they were just like, no, you are a bitch, you did wrong, da-da-da-da. You are a horrible human being, and that was that. Basically, there was no redemption for me, even though I was like, wait, it wasn't just me. Why are you putting all the blame on me? Why are you not putting the blame on these other people? And then I got to a point to where it's like, no, you can't just walk all over me. It kind of helps that I have really, really good friends, and they go, no, you owned up. And they're trying to make you feel like shit because you owned up? No, we're not going to deal with that. You're not going to be walked all over because of the fact that the other person they've known longer, and they can't sit there and see that what was done was on both sides, and yet they're willing to forgive the other person, but say that you're just full of drama, yet you've never had a drama situation before. I was like, yeah. So basically, like 5 years of my life gone. Well, not really 5 years. I had great times and everything else. And people in my community, they asked, well, where did this person go? And I was like, oh, we just decided to split ways. I never, ever told my community what was going on because it was bullshit drama. And I found out later that they were talking about the drama behind my back, saying even more bullshit. And instead of retaliating and telling the whole story and getting everybody looked at bad, because I did mention, I go, I fucked up. I did not behave as I should have. I was a moron, and it resulted in loss of friendship. So, yeah. It's that simple. And when you can own up to your own fucking flaws. How do I want to do this? Do I want to go sideways? Yeah, I want to go sideways. And that's the problem, is nobody wants to own up to their own flaws. No. Everything's right. And that's what really causes drama. It's like, so I said something to a creator here on YouTube that I would like to consider myself friends with her, like newly friend, almost a little bit above acquaintance. And I was trying to help her with something. And I didn't do the best job at being friendly about it. I thought I had been, but I don't realize my own social cues. And I said, I'm going to try to say this in the most non-offensive way possible. That's how I put it. And obviously, it didn't go over well. And I go, I am so sorry. I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it as this, that, or the other. And 5 minutes later, we're back to talking and everything's fine. And so it's like, and she even said, that's probably been the most adult disagreement I've ever been in. I was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a disagreement, or, this was a misunderstanding, and we work through it because, like, I'm 36 years old. I'm not going through the bullshit anymore, I can't act like we're in high school anymore. I didn't like high school. I got out of it as fast as I possibly could, so I'm not going to sit there and go through it. Coffee break. Yesterday, I got the Folgers Gourmet for $9.99 a tub. Normally, it's $11.99, and I can't find it around here. But it was at Kroger, so yes. This is too big, by the way. The tape that I've been cutting is way too big. But it's fine. It's fine. But, back to my conversation. So, it's funny because I was like, I told Rooster, I go, apparently you're supposed to use your whipping chats to talk about your week. But I sit there and I spend it talking about everything but. Like, I may mention a little bit of the week, but I go, I don't know why. It's so easy for me just to ramble on and on for an hour. An hour is nothing. And I go, I call it my streamer brain. And he goes, LOL, same, because of the fact that we're both out of that streaming game now. And I go, it's because it's funny. Some people find it hard to talk for 30 minutes to an hour, you know, about nothing. But we used to do it for hours. So, if you watch Mrs. Coffee, oh, there was that New York right there, that little bit of New York in me. Anyway, if you watch Mrs. Coffee's live streams on Twitch, her streams on Twitch, you'll know that some of them are like 3 hours, while some of them can be up to 12 hours. Well, everybody acts like 12 hours is a huge stream. I come from an era to where 12 hours was a long stream, but 8 hours was your standard length of stream. You know, you're working for 8 hours. That's how we looked at it, because we didn't think, like morons, we didn't think that the hours we spent off stream counted as work, so we gotta work at 8 hours if we're gonna turn it into a job, right? And so, back in like 2014, 2013, whatever, streams were 8 hours plus, because of the fact you're working a job. It depends on how many times you streamed. If you streamed like I did, which was every single day, you could get away with 6 hours. No, we're still doing 8 hours, but anyway. And so you go from that mentality to when I was streaming on Mixer, actually right before I quit streaming. My schedule was Monday through Friday. It'd be Monday through Friday. Sometimes I would take some time off because I had to run errands because I'm a mom. But Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. An hour. But I did that because of the fact that if I wanted to end early, because my kids got home early or whatever, I could. Basically, my end time was a soft 2. That is 6 hours. That's a 6-hour stream. That's plenty. And it worked for me. But if there were times I ran long because, like, I was in a game, and a great example is, like, Walking Dead. I was trying to finish a chapter or a episode, and I was right near the end of the episode, and so a mod who had played the game would message me saying that you are so close to the end, keep going. And then I go over, like, an hour or two. You know? It's stuff like that. Which is a completely different thing. And the way we used to celebrate is 24-hour streams, not 12-hour streams. So when Miss Coffee comes after last Saturday going, wow, that 12 hours, it just flew by. Come on, she did 14 hours. Like, because it does. When you talk as much as we do, you know, talk about people like us, like me, Miss Coffee, all the streamers out there, when you talk that much and you get used to talking that much and you have people to talk to in your stream and things to do and, you know, a lot of things to keep you preoccupied, 12 hours is nothing. In fact, there were several times that I did 24-hour streams, and by the end of it, I accidentally did 36-hour streams. And that's not a flex or anything, it's just, I didn't know at the time the whole reason I can talk for so long about nothing is ADHD. Hyperactivity shows in girls with excessive talking. So, if you think your daughter may have hyperactive ADHD, not inattentive, hyperactive, but she's not very hyperactive at all, but she loves to talk, maybe go get her evaluated. Maybe. Yeah, and I'm not saying everybody should be evaluated, You know, somebody did tell me that I should get medication for ADHD, saying I would love it so much, and I was like, well, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of ADHD medications because of the fact that I'm learning that the ability to hop from one task to the other without, like, overthinking it is my ADHD. It's my superpower to be able to multitask like that, to where I can just go boom, boom, boom. That's really short. And I like that. But at the same time, I never get anything done. So it's like, what's it like to actually be able to focus until something's done? You know? And so I've thought about it, but from what I understand, I can put certain stimulants in my diet. Like, the reason why you see a lot of people who have ADHD drink a lot of coffee, like a lot of it, is the stimulant of caffeine. You see it, people drink a lot of energy drinks like that. Me, it's just coffee and Coca-Cola. I haven't had a Coca-Cola in a while. But anyway, is the caffeine is a stimulant. Stimulants are what make our brain focus. In fact, I could not focus on getting this video started until almost noon because of the fact that I hadn't had my coffee yet. Well, not because of the fact, it just did not help. It did not help. I'm always going to be a scatterbrain, and there's not enough stimulants. Caffeine is not enough stimulant to be a cure. Where's my other Twizzlers? These are too pokey. That's the wrong one. Tweezers too pokey. Oh, they're there. Oh, ignore that. Look what else I got at Hobby Lobby yesterday. For 49 cents a pop. They didn't have any E's or S's. And I was like, but they have a K, B, and T. So I gotta figure out something with this. Because, oh, I just got an idea. Awesome. Put those off to the side. Get them off my table. And that is my squirrely ass brain. Welcome. If you're new here, welcome to the squirrel. Like, I have no clue how long this is. I can't see the screen over there because my glasses are dirty. Oh, you want me to lie to you? I can't see the screen because it's too far away. No, my glasses are dirty. I don't want to clean them. Oh, that is so stuck in my head, and I hate it. So, when my daughter was like 5, and she's 14, she turns 15 this year. In like 2 months, my daughter will be 15. Anyway, she was like 5. She would listen to that song over and over and over again, so we knew all the words. So it's kind of funny that now we're only hearing the last bit of something, like unrefrigerated pie, dumb ways to die. And so I like can't get the rest of it in my head. It's like, give me the rest of the song. And I don't know why I did that. There was no confetti, or not confetti. There was no static in that bag. Extra due diligence. Here, I'll give you a pro tip right now. You want to get rid of static. Don't chop this up. No. You lay it down, usually flat. You lay it down flat. You pour your drills in it. You fold it, and you rub. And you make sure those drills get distributed across that dryer sheet. And that'll help your static more than putting a dryer sheet inside your drills. That's why you just saw me do it with, is it raining? Or is that the wind? That's the wind! But that's why you just saw me. Why did I do that already? That's what you just saw me do with the first one. My brain is not working. Another thing about ADHD is sometimes we hyper-focus to where we won't eat, we won't drink, we won't get up and use the restroom. So if you have a kid and they wait till the last minute to get up and go to the bathroom, maybe think about evaluation. I'm not saying every child should be evaluated for ADHD. There are differences and stuff like that. Like, we're talking about that these coincide with what could be ADHD symptoms as well. You know, maybe you should go and get them evaluated. And that's the good thing about evaluation in children, is there's 2 evaluation forms. There is one you send to the school for their teacher's observations. And then there's one you send, or one you fill out yourself. Sam was diagnosed when she was 6. And what happened was, so the school in kindergarten sends me home with this evaluation paper. It says that I need to take her to a psychologist, or psychiatrist. No. But I need to take her to a psychiatrist, and she needs to get evaluated. Here's our half, da-da-da-da. So I fill out the questionnaire. I go to my pediatrician, and I go, okay, this is what's going on with school. And he goes, well, I'm not going to send you to a psychologist. Or psychiatrist. I'm going to send you to a psychologist. And I asked him, what's the difference? So if you don't know the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist, this is the key thing, especially with children, is a psychiatrist can prescribe medication, a psychologist cannot. And so the psychologist takes a look at her, he does the evaluation, he goes, I'm going to be honest with you, she's borderline. But she's so borderline that she could be a typical 5-year-old. And he handed me a packet. He goes, in 6 months, she'll be 6. So basically, he said that she was ADHD for a 6-year-old, not for a 5-year-old at the time she was 5. He goes, in 6 months, or no, it was more than 6 months, because this was like January. So he says, I want to make an appointment in October for the new school year. That way she's had a couple months with teacher. I want you to hand this to her newest teacher next year, her first grade teacher. And I want you to fill this out in October of next year, right before you come see me. Or October of this year, because this was in January. I'm like, okay. So, whatever. I was convinced, and I told her pediatrician, I think he's just trying to medicate her. And he goes, you can't jump to that. You can't jump to that conclusion. He just wants to do his due diligence, da-da-da-da. And so we go through the whole process again, and the psychologist goes, yes, she needs to be medicated. October comes around, and she is no longer borderline. She is inattentive, not hyperactive, inattentive ADHD. And the biggest problem with this was the bathroom breaks, because she'd wait until she had to go, and then she'd raise her hand to go, because that's the rules. The rules, she's always had is you raise your hand to go. But her first grade teacher told her, just go. If you have to go, go. She didn't understand that concept because she's not at home. So she thought if she has to leave the classroom to go pee, she needs to raise her hand. And so she had several accidents in first grade. This is right after diagnosis. She's on the medication. Everything else. She's coming home crying. I'm getting phone calls about these accidents. And I go, what is going on? And then finally we have a meeting, not just with the principal, but with the teacher. The teacher had not been included in any of these meetings prior. And she goes, well, I told her all she has to do is get up to go. And she just sits there. And I go, I don't know how many notes I have sent you. I don't know how many times I have told you this over the phone. But my daughter has inattentive ADHD. This school forced me to get her a diagnosis on what was going on. We get a diagnosis, and part of that is an IEP plan. Do you not, or IEP. IEP, it stands for Individual Education Plan, so IEP plan is like ATM machine, but either way. And I'm like, if you're not following her IEP, well, I'm following her IEP, but it says nothing. I'm like, I have told you, if she has been told by every other teacher that she has to raise her hand to go to the bathroom, she is not going to easily accept just go if you have to go. You have to remind her daily, and then what you do, it's not that hard, is when she raises her hand and she goes, I need to go to the restroom, you remind her, you can go without raising your hand, just go. And she goes, well, the thing is, I'm not I'm not doing hand raises at all. I'm like, so you're not calling on her, period, while she has her hand? No. Because I've told her she can just go. I go, no. I don't care This is where I went Karen. I go, I don't care what your classroom rules are. She's on an IEP for her ADHD while we are figuring out her medication, because this is in the process of the medication. Oh my god, it took months. She didn't get put on Vyvanse until almost a year later. But I go, while we're figuring out her medication, you have to understand, and you can't just gaslight her. And the principal tells the teacher, I don't even remember her name. That's how significant this woman was to me. I hated this woman. Told her, she goes, ma'am, you have to follow the IEP, and right now Samantha needs a little bit of special attention, and you're going to do that. Well, that's not fair to the other kids. Well, it's not fair to her that the world was not built around her brain. So she's struggling more than any of these other kids are in this classroom, in this school, and you need to understand that and have a heart. Oh my god. This is the only principal I've ever loved. Because she's like, no, Mrs. Savage, you are right. You are right. She is struggling. She is doing her best. And we are not going to sit there and make this more of a traumatic experience for her. And I completely agreed. I don't even know what got me onto that tangent. Oh, yeah. So, the psychologist, by the way, he's the one who sat there. She needs to be on Ritalin and Adderall. If not Ritalin, Adderall. He wanted straight thing. My pediatrician, on the other hand, he goes, no. We're going to start from the basis. And we start from the basis. My biggest problem on these medications was mood swings. Oh my god. The worst mood swings I've ever had with my daughter. And I hated them. And then finally, when we got on Vyvanse, it went from mood swings to the wrong type of stimulants can cause horrible mood swings and other side effects. But the worst thing is mood swings. And so when we finally got on the Vyvanse, which the doctor explained to me was the step before Ritalin, or before Adderall, and Adderall is the step before Ritalin. That's why you see a lot of people on Adderall and not Ritalin. And so he goes, if this doesn't work, we're going to have to try the big one. And then once the Vyvanse worked, it was a whole different world. And yeah. 1 second. Sorry, I needed a break. I had to get up and walk around. I could just, like, pushed it off and be like, oh, no. So, I did a community post to let y'all know that I'm still filming. And I'm still filming. And I'm trying to decide, do I release this today, or do I release this tomorrow? I don't like the idea of releasing a kitten chat on a Thursday and then a whipping chat on a Friday, to be honest. But it is what it is. I am hungry. This is not wanting to go down. So I don't know. And there's no time lapse in this video. Like even when I go to section, I'm not going to time lapse it. So you guys get to hear me talk. Which is easy for me to do. I've honestly needed this. I don't have streaming like I used to. And streaming used to be the way I handled a lot of things, like a lot of bottled up energy because of that talking. And right now, I have a few friends that I talk to every day, and I think they're getting tired of me just rambling on about nothing. Yeah, I'm filling out these last bit instead of doing it as I go. And then there's other people, like, I've been asked if I'm doing okay, because I haven't really been showing up. Well, I have been. I've just been so busy that I haven't been socializing in the streams I do spend time in. Like, I'll sit there and I'll say hey, and I'll throw in some random comments, because that's me. I'm one of those people, if I can relate to something you're talking about, I'm going to tell you how I relate to it. That's more ADHD crap. And I don't mean to make it all about me, you know, because it is all about me. I mean, because of whatever. And good thing is the people I know, or the people I'm hanging out with, know that about me, know that if I'm turning the topic towards me, it's only because I relate. It has nothing, it's like not done in a malicious, malicious, and nefarious way. Look, I can say nefarious better than I can say malicious. Oh, I got it right. Yeah. Of course, these are the same people that we sit there and we make jokes about cinnamon rolls. By the way, if you don't know the cinnamon roll story, my mother made a cinnamon roll that looks like a penis, and I took a picture of it, and I will not show it here, but I took a picture of it, and I shared it with Mrs. Coffee's chat, and then her Discord, and then I shared it with Evan Ross, Lauren, I think her name is, from Evan Ross, and I gave her permission to turn it into a sticker. I got those stickers yesterday. At the same time, my mother has not made a cinnamon roll since. And this morning, she goes, "Would you like a sweet roll for breakfast?" And I'm like, "What's a sweet roll?" Then it hit me. My mother doesn't call them cinnamon rolls. She calls them sweet rolls. So the fact that my mother made a cinnamon roll that looked like a flaccid penis, I'm not even joking, and then calls them sweet rolls, it just makes it so much worse. It's like, do I share that information with Mrs. Coffee in her chat? Because that is hilarious. Or do I just leave that little tidbit for you and me and whoever watches this? I don't know. I don't know if people are actually watching this channel. I don't know if you just turn it on and you walk away or what. You know what? Since we're over an hour in now, let me know. Let me know what you do while watching or listening to my whipping chats and kitten chats where I'm sitting there talking to these hour-long videos. You know, what are you doing? Are you, like, hanging out and shit like that? Or are you, like, diamond painting or cleaning or crafting in some way? I like, even though it's with vinyl, I like to call Cricut paper crafting, and people get mad. It's not scrapbooking! Nope, it's paper crafting. My mother was really big into scrapbooking. Oh my god. Like, ridiculously into scrapbooking. I'm not even joking. I almost put 14 and 15 because I wasn't paying attention. I'm too busy talking. And so, I'll sit there and I'll call it paper crafting in front of her. It's not paper crafting. And I go, I mess with cardstock sometimes, so yes, it is paper crafting. Semantics. You know, there's like a lot of people who they have their opinions, their strong opinions about things. And I'm trying to get over that. Like, I was watching Mrs. Coffee on, and Brooklyn Kaiju, Mel Doodles, and I Will Buck You on Kaiju's stream last night. And there were so many times I wanted to respond to correct people. And that's when I had to stop. I had to physically stop myself. Like, they'll sit there and they were talking about partnerships with Twitch and talking about how they think it is and how Twitch used to be and how they think it used to be. And I'm sitting there going, people are already calling you Gam Gam Keona, which now I own it too. Don't call me Gammy. I'm Gam Gam. Anyway, Gam Gam Keona. You know, people already call you Gam Gam Keona because of the fact you're the elder of Twitch. I've been on Twitch since before Twitch existed, back when it was only Justin TV. And so, I'm like, you don't want to sit there and sound like a know-it-all. And so, just let them. Let them think that this is their theory. And I got so far until they're like, but, you know, I have the numbers, or this person has the numbers, and they're still not getting partnered, and da-da-da-da. And this is when I stepped in, and I was like, well, Twitch has a habit of looking at all the categories. They do. There is a theory that if you are a gamer, and even if you only play Minecraft once a week, they're now going to compare you with all the Minecraft streamers as well. They're not just going to compare you with the diamond painting streamers and the sim streamers and whatever. They're going to compare you with everything you do. You play Minecraft once a week, or you played Minecraft once in the past 60 days? Guess what? They're now going to compare your stream with Minecrafters. I didn't say that. I said that they look. What I said in Kaiju's chat was that Twitch likes to look at the category as a whole and see how you are performing in the category. So, like, if you are a Minecraft streamer and you get 150 people in, this is what I was telling you about how not everything has static. And if it has static, just a little bit into the hair. Anyway, not everybody, you know, say you're doing Minecraft and you have 150 people in, and you go, like, that's enough for a partnership. It says 75, and you go to apply. They're going to look at that Minecraft category. I don't know how it is now, but, you know, years ago, they're going to look at that Minecraft category and see that the top average, you know, like, of the top 40 streams or whatever is, like, 500 plus, and they're like, oh, sorry, you need the 500 plus before you can even think about applying. They don't say that outright, right? They just sit there and they reject you with no reason. But, you know, and so it's, like, frustrating. Basically, you need something that makes you stand out if you are in a category like that. And the art category is getting to where, like, the Minecraft category was, to where you need to be able to stand out, because, I don't know. I don't know why Twitch is this way. I don't. But a great example was, I know a lot of people who played Fortnite. Like, when I was over on Mixer, and Fortnite was big, I knew a lot of people who played Fortnite on Twitch, and they couldn't understand why, look, there's static in this one too, why they couldn't get partnership, even though they got 200-300 people in there, or not 200, 300, but like 100, 150 people, up to 200 people in their chat, and they were probably averaging 150, 175, and they're like, I don't understand why they won't give me partnership. It's like, you are in the same category as Ninja, and obviously this is before Ninja moved over to Mixer. Like, you are in the same category as Ninja. You gotta do something that either throws you apart from the crowd, or you gotta have higher numbers. That's just the way it is. And it's always been that way. Because back before Amazon bought Twitch, it was a boys' club. Well, boys' club is a bad example. It was high school. You pretty much, no matter how well you did, if you weren't for the Twitch persona, like me, I had janky-ass teeth because I had a dental condition, you were not getting partnered. I was averaging 300 people in Minecraft back when 300 meant something, and I applied twice, did not get partnered. Person with less numbers than me, same type of content as me, same type of personality as me, applied a day after I did, got partner. He was a good buddy of mine. And so I put it against, for the longest time I held it against him, and it was completely unintentional. You know, it was just me being bitter about the whole thing, and that wasn't fair to him. Like, we went years without talking. Because I didn't realize I was blaming him, but I was. Like, oh my god, this is all your fault that I got declined because they accepted you. And that was not fair to him at all. Because, again, a great example is we're both crazy-ass mother truckers. And his content is all about the madhouse, mine is all about the loony bin, so you see exactly, you know, very, very similar content. We're crazy people. And we're the good kind of weird, as I like to put it. The difference was, I looked like somebody hit my mouth with a Mack truck at the time, or I looked like I was on drugs. And if you don't know any better, like if you are an idiot and think that people who have fucked up teeth are on drugs no matter what, yeah. And that's the way they were. Oh, that's why I left the camera. We ain't done yet. I'm gonna show you guys how I section these. Because we got the special sections out. We're gonna section it. It didn't want to close. It was fighting me. So I'm gonna need to clean this mess up. Oh look, I left one behind. I threw it in my spare drills thing. Honestly, one drill is not gonna make a difference. it'll be that one time that it does make a difference. I'll be like, if you can save a drill, save a drill. No, one drill does not normally make a difference. So if I left one in the tray like I just did, I'm not going to reopen everything just for that. So I'm seeing if I have a different Sharpie here, so I don't have to open the thing. Oh no. Oh no. Do 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 do. Well, I gotta stand up anyway. Y'all ignore that. That did not happen. Alright, if I remember correctly, yeah, it's long. It's tall. It's tall. Da 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 da. How rude. Show you how I sections. So first, we need to number it. We got A1. How am I doing it? Yeah, we're going that way. A2. A3. B1. B2. B3. I haven't seen an issue where these rub off, but just in case, I like to number them or letter them when I know I'm not going to be touching them for a minute. Hey look, there's another spare drill. Get on in the thingy. I'm going to be short 2 freaking crystal drills. 3 crystal drills. There's another one. They're all over the place. I'm going to be short 3 crystal drills and everybody's going to make fun of me. But we're at C3. C3. D1. D2. D3. Da 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 da. If I was going to take longer before I was kitting up or sectioning, I would cut those up and I would flatten them out. But since I'm doing it right now, I'm doing it all together. However, I have learned something in recent days. To actually lift your plastic film if you can. There you go. Welcome to my world. If you see my head, I'm gonna be mad. I'll jump cut that out. I decided not to jump cut anything in this video, but I will jump cut out my head. Y'all want to see my face? Go to my Instagram. I suck at this. So what I'm trying to do is straighten it. No! What I'm trying to do is straighten it out, and I suck at this part, so... There we go. Get rid of the little bubbles, like right there. And the plastic. So my vinyl will lay flat, too. Which, of course, you still get little bubbles in, but it's not as bad. Like, I got one right there. If you've been watching Magic Potion, you see how bad my bubbles are. Hold on, I need to get an idea here. I might have to cut them up. Okay. Ooh, we're missing something. What are we missing that could be so important? Could it be my Cricut? Oh, excuse me, box. That was a weird hiccup, of all things. Hold that. This is a used piece of transfer tape. I prefer using used pieces of transfer tape because 1, waste, but 2, they're not too sticky. so they won't hold on for dear life. Ew, this is why you wait to put the marker on them. Sorry. Sit for a second. Thank you. What's the size? What's the size? As I struggle. Just under 5 of them, we can do 4. As long as it covers the hole. That's me going quiet. Have you ever, like, been driving down the road and turned the volume down to see better? I'm one of those people. I turn the volume down to see better. So that's why I'm, like, getting quiet. Where's my scraper? Why'd you steal my scraper? I got the little one. We're good. We got the little one. We're good. Get on the transfer tape. Then peel away from the tape. Oh, there. The hardest part is lining up your first ones. Because look at that, I got an air bubble in my transfer tape. And there's points where I'm like, okay, screw the transfer tape. And I'll get to that point, trust me. Don't we want to be that far? Oh, we already accidentally laid down because we forgot to use. Perfect. I meant to use the parchment paper to help with placement, but oh well. And this is why I will give up using the transfer tape, because the vinyl will stick to the plastic. It just prefers the transfer tape. And that's why I changed the way my sections were done. They're now done with curved, and they're nice and thick. Oh, that looks good. I love it! It blinds you. But y'all are being blinded right now, so you can't see it. There we go. Oh no, I dropped my transfer tape. There we go. Maybe that'll help. Nope, you're still being blinded, so you can't see it. That's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, you normally start with the center, stupid. Ooh. Yeah. I do normally start with the center. Not center, but center top or center bottom. So, let's see if I can pick this back up. Probably not, but I'm gonna try. Just hold that for a second. This is less work than the washi tape when you think about it. And it's prettier. But I think it's more expensive. Unless you happen to get vinyl for $2.49, like I just did. Okay. And you should have used transfer tape because this is going to be a pain in the ass. Me trying to retro put transfer tape on. I think that's why I decided that not to do a time lapse, so you guys can actually see my struggles. Because it's hard to see in the time lapse. Nope, 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 it's wrong! Doesn't matter, it's already down. Fuck. You see that crinkle right there? That's what messed it up. Why is there a crinkle there? Oh, because there's an air bubble there. I can't help that. So I'm saying you still get air bubbles and stuff. But yeah. I got the back of my head in that. I know you did. I like to have a gap between them so we can see where to cut. We'll be cutting along that line. I might actually move that one over. I'm not happy with its placement. All the issues. Please don't rip. Luckily, it's a Cricut brand. Cricut brand is a little more durable than Dollar Tree brand, which is what I used the last time y'all saw me section a diamond painting Let's Way. Sorry, I had an air bubble. Yes, I know I have a scraper, I can use that, but oh well. There we go, much better. Keona, you're putting way too much thought in this. Does that make it not worth it? You should see how much thought I put in the washi tape method. This is nothing compared to the washi tape method. I need a sip of coffee. I completely was forgetting to drink again. Keona, you should be drinking water and not coffee. You mind your business. I also shouldn't be spending so much money on diamond paintings either. Again, mind your business. Coffee time. Coffee time, coffee time, coffee time. Oh no. I've been recording long enough, my weird's coming out. Oh no! Keona's weird. If you didn't realize that by now, what channel have you been on? And if you're new here and you stayed this long, what are we, like an hour and a half in? I don't know. I can't see the screen. This is my longest video to date. And to this point, I still don't know if I'm going to release it. I almost tore it. The only weak parts on this vinyl is right there on the box where it connects. Damn it. Up, 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 up. Thank you. I go a little off. Oh well. It happens. Do we fix it? Or do we say fuck it? Am I bothered? Yes. Let's fix it. I'm gonna pause it while I fix it. Because, yeah. This is long enough. That was annoying. Sorry. This may be easier than washi tape, but I'm a perfectionist, and this one was making me mad. It wouldn't line up. And yes, it's still hanging over by a couple, but it's a lot better than it was, so that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Wrong one. Sir, nobody wants you. Where's my other piece? I like this littler one. Ooh, we can't do that. We gotta go this way. Because, well, Toffee, hopefully it'll stay straight. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Get rid of any ripples. Why am I trying transfer tape again? I don't know. But I'm sorry I had to, like, pause and jump ahead because I got really focused. I started making weird noises. I actually want to save that because that's really good release paper for other things. Alright, just a little focus. It could be over a little more. That was my problem. I was like, get one side lined up perfectly and completely forget about how far it had to be over or whatever. So now I'm a little more aware of that. I said a little more aware. Because now that's too far. Oh, my feet hurt too, so. Yesterday was a long day for my feet because I've been wearing high arch shoes for so long all winter because my warm boots are high arch support because I have extremely high arches. And yesterday I wore sneakers which do not have high arches. So, my feet were feeling it. My feet were feeling it yesterday. Maybe like this. There we go. And they're still feeling it today. My calves especially. I've gotten to the age where my shoes actually matter. Look at that. How pretty. It's blinding, baby. Blinding, but we got beautiful sections going on here. Beautiful. I just wish these were flat. Okay. Try not to pick up the C. Remember, pull away from the transfer tape instead of pull with the transfer tape. That makes sense. Pull your backing off, don't pull the transfer tape off. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, if you have any tips for the Cricut, I'm still very new with it. I'm just having my fun with it at this point. So if you have tips, don't be afraid to include them. Like, you don't always have to use transfer tape. Everything requires transfer tape. Like right now, I'm taking this transfer tape off because it just pissed me off. You know? A lot of us in the crafting scene, whether it's diamond painting or paper crafts, bite me, are multi-craft people, multi-craftuals. Sorry, I was trying to think of the way Mrs. Coffee puts it, and I failed horribly. Anyway, a lot of us are that way, and so my head's in the scene. So if you have any tips, leave them down in the comments. Not just me, somebody else might appreciate those tips. Like, I'm having issues with my calibration. I might have to recalibrate my Cricut, but that's a print and cut thing. I'm trying to get the stickers up for the shop, but I keep having failures, which is more free stickers for people, because I throw my failures in as freebies. There you go. If you order a decent amount from my shop, more than one item, I will throw a freebie in. Like, more than, it's not even just more than one item. It's random. Like, if I have a freebie available and you had like like 2 or 3 items or whatever, or even more, depending on how things have been going that week, I will throw in the random item. Like, here, take it. Okay, well, I'm having issues talking while I'm doing this, so I will see you when we're down here. Okay, we're cutting in here with a couple tips. Do the sides and the top first before you start filling the rest out, because you'll find out you have all this extra overhang down at the bottom. So I'm readjusting again. No matter how much I measure, I forgot that I leave gaps between, so that doesn't really help. And also, use your light pad. You have a light pad for a reason. Use it. Okay, I'll see you on the other side of this. Okay, so as I got further along, I realized maybe it would be easier if I cut this into a square for placement and do it like my lamination placement. So we're gonna see, because now that I've fixed all these sections that I've put down already, it looks like there's micro sections to cut between, which is fine. I realized with how I measured, oh, you can't see this because of that. But I realized with how I measured, it's going to be close anyway. And if we're going to measure that close, yeah. Ignore that it decided to fall down. So I'm trying to line up. Yeah. And we're going to place this way. Let's see if it works. The only way it won't work is if my initial placement is crooked. So, let's see. Or if I do what I just did. Hi, works! So I was asked how I do this. I saw it on TikTok, but I looked everywhere for like a tutorial on how to do it or whatever, and originator of this idea. But I loved it so much, it's like, I can do that. I can do that. Why is it crooked on that one side? Yeah, so as you can tell, like I said before, the whole reason I decided to see you on the next side and do jump cuts here, which are actually pause and plays, I am not filming any of my placement here, is because it's hard for me to talk and do this. And I'm wondering why this one... Oh, there's bubbles in the canvas. Where's my thingy? Maybe we can get it out this way. Like, no. Like your SOL. And now that I've forced it, it doesn't want to work. But that did work better, doing it that way, instead of trying like a transfer tape or whatever. So, that's the good news, is that worked. Except for now I have a bubble, I can't figure out how it got there, and I can't get rid of it. So I'm trying everything possible, but it doesn't make sense why it's still there. Like, seriously. Everything's flat everywhere else. There's no way that bubble makes sense. Hey, look. This is me stretching it out. Like, come on, make it work. Seriously. It was a placement issue, and now I have an overlap. Take 2. I'm trying it from the top this time. Yeah, I put it back on its release paper. I'm trying it from the top. I did a little fold in the paper, and the problem is it's not as sticky as laminate, so we're going to try this all over again, but we're going to place it the same way I placed row 1, or column 1. is from the top instead of from the side, maybe I'll have less of a bubble issue. Oh, check it! Yes! So yeah, once I switched to the keep it simple method and I used the tools that are available to me, it actually started working right. Try to make sure you're in scene, like the light pad, so I can see where I'm placing. The fact that it's Cricut stuff, so yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We're gonna have a stop right here to where that starts. Just go a little bit pull. Of course it messed up. Once I recorded it, it messes up. But you see what I mean? Once I start using the tools that are available to me, and I stop trying to be so complicated about it, like, oh, let's use transfer tape and let's do this. I'm like, that makes no sense. Just like this makes no sense that this bubbled up. But using the tools that are available to me, treating it like it's Cricut vinyl, because it is, you know, like it's vinyl, and not that it's something different, it started working the way I wanted it to. Where's our last one? D3. And now it's gotten to a point where I can talk. And I can finish this last bit here. It's kind of funny because I started this video with, oh yeah, kitten chats are so easy to do and I can just pump it right out. And then here I am reinventing the wheel and turning it into a full kitten chat and section and no time lapse. Why do I do this to myself? Why? Why do I do this to myself? You gotta make sure you line it up right. See? I'm trying my best here. And I think y'all are zoomed in to see. Really. So you can get a nice view on it. I hope my mic's on. Yeah, it's on. I'm rubbing against the table, but I apologize. Oh, that's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight on both sides. I don't know if that's gonna work. We'll find out. See how smooth this is? However, I felt a bubble, so I don't know. Oh. Look at that! I'm so happy. So happy. Yes, I got a lot of waste. But I actually reused this to put my transfer tape back on. See? And I will use that transfer tape more for other things. Because if you didn't know, transfer tape is not one-time use. Okay. Now ready for me to zoom out? Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Stand up and zoom out. Da 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 da. Oh, yay! Look at all the mess I left. So yeah, when I have the light on so you can see better, there's so much glare, but oh well. Either way, I like y'all hanging out with me. If you made it this far, you know, just sit there and put something in the comments that talks about sparkle. Because look at this sparkle that I just put to this painting. That's like the perfect sectioning I can do. And now I know, don't do it centimeter to centimeter. Otherwise, I end up having to put them right up to where you have very thin line to slice. So I'm learning the process. Because again, I saw this on one TikTok and I go, I can do that. And I started playing with my Cricut. And so it's figuring it out all by myself. So it gives me more practice for the video that I have coming out once I get that completely filmed and stuff. It makes me happy. Either way, if you like what you saw today and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe down below. If you have any comments about what I've done today, from the kit up to the disaster of that this was, you know, to kitting up to the sectioning, leave a comment. It's fine. I can handle it. Also, if you liked anything at all in this video, leave it a thumbs up. I'm gonna get out of here because I have to decide now if you're getting this on Wednesday or Thursday. Oh, it's only 2:50. Yeah. Almost 3 hours to record this. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get it out tonight. Why not? I put all the work in. Either way, I will see y'all in the next video on Friday, which is a whip and chat, and I even have more to talk about that I did not talk about today. So you have a good one, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.